continuing on with Comicsgate circling the drain, shitting itself into the drain, prolapsing itself in perhaps many, many different ways. Where we continue, as we have for the past several years, covering the e-celeb lolcows that people like Mr. Medicare are afraid to touch. Uh, I don't like. I'm not bragging about that. It's just objectively, quantifiably, factually proven. Too bad. But also on top of all of that is we wanted to this series so far has been just reading the comment section of Ethan's Indiegogo uh, campaigns, and he fucking coping and just getting caught like telling people that refunds are closed and then giving other people refunds after that and then going back to telling people that refunds are closed and just getting fucking bodied, getting fucking Night at the Roxbury slammed back and forth brutally by his own customers and by the truth, which is something that all we do is just notice it. And it's funny how a lot of the other YouTubers or streamers or people who are supposedly like fucking milking the lol cows, none of them can notice it. All of them, in fact, do suspicious weird damage control for either the people involved or for their more famous e-celeb defenders who end up being revealed to be cuckolds, which is something that we've known years in advance. The whole Ricada stuff is absolutely nothing new to us. It's something we've known for a long time. But for everyone else, they're suddenly blindsided by it. It's, again, like we've said, fucking, why can't Medicare talk about this? All this shit's been public. It's been noticeable to anyone with. You can have cancer. You can be dying of cancer. You can be dying of a mysterious AIDS form of cancer that nobody's ever detected before and still notice this. You would have to cover up for it, in fact, in order to not notice it. But I figured starting off, before we get to the comment section, we would have another sort of preview of the stuff that we cover on our Subscribe Star. That's just the fucking most top tier. Again, the stuff that everyone else will be saying in the following years. As the saying goes, you can find out about it on Shitty Webcomics now or hear about it on Kiwi Farms in 5 years or never. But as far as the stuff goes, the biggest lol cow stuff on the internet has been happening with nobody else intentionally choosing not to notice. But we of course, we've seen it since the beginning because we've always been prophetic about this kind of thing, and that's been proven over and over again through the following years. It's been really proven for decades at this point for anyone who's actually known us since before Shady Webcomics. But still, I figured we would cover the big backlash. Recently, Ethan has been just getting his neck snapped over and over again, back and forth. Like in that wonderful classic motion picture, Gamer, with Gerard Butler, where he fucking snaps that dude's neck once and then re-snaps it in the other direction, completely for no good reason. It was just completely uncalled for, though it was kind of funny. But yeah, he's just been getting destroyed, where he, the clips, somebody on our Discord clipped him saying that he thinks that anime is for pedophiles and it's disgusting and it's just terrible, and he hates not just that, but he hates Japanese culture, and that backfired on him, and he started fucking getting really resentful that anime fans started trashing him, and it was on a small scale at first, but it's been spreading and just blowing up. So and because it's been blowing up, then Ethan would have to do cope about it and try to do all this bizarre, self-confused damage control about it.
Copious amounts of hope.
Yeah. So here's some tweets where he and again screen capped by other people now who are starting to notice what we've known for years. Ethan says, "I guess I'm going to start reading manga now." And he's saying this because when he said manga is for pedophiles and it's disgusting, which again that goes back to him just being angry at Common America for being successful. We've covered all of it. If you want to know more about that, all of it's on our Subscribe Star
The
going
root
back
of
for
this, the
years.
root causes, if you will.
Yeah, and we've covered all of that, and again, nobody else ever has, even though it's like even Kiwi Farms is completely in the dark about it. But
It's easy and it's kind of important to do
yeah,
too.
it's important to notice fake supporters who pretend to be on your side, infiltrators. It's important to notice infiltrators, and again, as we've proven, Kiwi Farms not only ignores that, but tries to continue to support infiltrators. They add the infiltrators support so that the infiltrators can infiltrate deeper and deeper into them and subvert them from within. Kiwi Farms is directly. No, I'm not talking about Josh Moon, but I'm talking about the people on the site are directly responsible for allow. It's like if Milo came in and Kiwi Farms was like, "Oh, let's fucking let him run the entire site. Let's let Milo run the whole site." That's exactly what that is. What's happening with that and has been happening. Now, some people on Kiwi Farms are aware. I know some people on Kiwi Farms who read and post regularly who know that Ethan is a fraud or at least are partially aware. But still, so many of them are completely in the dark, and the mods are the Jannies essentially are sweeping up and supporting the e-celebs as they always have been. Which the biggest lolcows will always be popular e-celebs. There's no way around that. But like fucking Chris Chan at least has an excuse for being autistic. What's the excuse for these people? But again, there's years and years worth of context that's been covered by only us. So that's on our Subscribe Star if you want to know more. But Ethan has been going after anime and manga because some Western creators who have been creating sort of anime style comics who have been successful without his permission, and he's been furious at and been posting hoaxes and false narratives about for the following years. That we've also covered that. So he started doing this massive coat posting where he would be attacking anime. It would blow up in his face. Then he would say he was just joking when he wasn't. And then this is just one of the latest steps, which will, of course, reverse again at some point in the future. But Ethan says, I guess I'm going to start reading manga now. I picked up something that looked basic for beginners. It's called Tokyo Azuken. I hope it's good. And somebody links to I think a wiki of it. Yeah, that says with the translation, the translated name Tokyo Red Hood, manga written and illustrated by blah, serialization. It's popular for over-the-top violence and gore. The young main character and different sex acts she partakes in, and Ethan's response is, "Oh, what the fuck?" And just feigning disgust, like he didn't know what this was about. When was this happening? So, and a anime person, a person of the anime persuasion, post this saying, "Be American comic artist. Oh boy, American comics aren't doing so hot with sales. I need a plan. I know, I'll look up manga and pretend to be disgusted for attention." Which is exactly what happened, by the way. There was no fucking Ethan, after this, tried to do damage control by yet again saying that it was just a joke. But they sum up the tweet by saying, "You're a gigantic loser and you will never beat Japan in sales." And then also in, adding a reply saying, "This just in, edgelord American comic artist can't handle the least edgy manga from 20 years ago. He'd probably melt into a puddle of goo if he discovered the Mai Chan's daily life manga." And of course, for fucking there's some of the replies. There's like one cope reply, and but somebody else says calling EVS a comic artist is very generous. And there's some other replies of people who know what's been going on, who've noticed him People who follow us, of course, because if you notice things, then you've been following us. If you're actually clued in to what's really been happening, not just with lol cows or fucking or infiltrators or that kind of stuff. If you just know anything at all, you've been following us. And if you've wanted to not know the truth, you've been not following us. That's actually been proven, that people who want to believe lies have actively chosen to not be following us and not be watching our videos. It's kind of weird, but, hey, what ifs? But on top of that is just the general response and the general realization that Ethan's just doing all this performative stuff for attention, most likely hoping that even negative attention from anime fans will at least be some attention, because he wants to. His business has plateaued massively, and by business I mean his YouTube channel. His comic books are very blatantly astroturfed and have absolutely no transparency to them.
There's no actual, what was it, escape velocity, I think it was called.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, nothing in his comics has been noticed outside of any circles of anything. The same for all the rest of Comicsgate. People in comics don't even know what Comicsgate is. And also,
when they do get noticed, they get ignored almost as fast.
Yeah, because they get seen as being clearly just the same old generic bullshit that everyone had dumped comics for years ago. People stopped reading American comics because they were like stuff like Cyberfrog. They didn't have any originality or creativity. They were just all flash and no substance. Whereas with manga, there's at least something to it. But also, like at some point, people mention, as far as edgy comics, there's Berserk has been the one that's most known, and it's kind of funny that he didn't mention Berserk, but at the same time, he knew if he did, that people, even other Comicsgate people, would dump the movement forever and say, okay, I'm not supporting you anymore. You're clearly just drumming up fake drama, which is something that we've pointed out and proven that Ethan has been doing for years while being incompetent as a comics creator. So I just wanted to show the tweet because it shows the recent goofing, the new boot goofing that Ethan's been tripping and face planting hilariously to the point where his own skull shatters all over the pavement and people just laugh on him, at him and piss on his dead body and all that kind of thing, which is very deserved. But moving to the regular stuff, and again, if you're not subscribed to our Subscribe Star, there's tons and tons more content, tons more context, and many other delightful things that you're probably been missing out on, and that if you're in the dark, then you don't have anyone to blame. You certainly don't have us to blame. But if you want to not be in the dark, again, you could just at least donate to our Subscribe Star because why shouldn't the people who tell the truth be supported? Instead of the people who tell the most lies, are the people who are the most supported now, including people that a lot of you out there want to support. Whoever they are, if they're fucking popular YouTubers, they lied to you at some point and you ignored it. And again, Nick Ricato is actually one of the perfect examples of this, but we've gone into that, we've proven all that. Going back years, there's plenty of videos of that that were all public. We used to make them all public. We didn't want money for them, but they started getting false flagged by Comicsgate and its supporters, and even its creators started false flagging our channel. So we don't have much choice but to.
And nobody seemed to care enough about freedom of speech or actually protecting the independent industry.
Even your favorite creators who say they're for freedom of speech, they say that they're for freedom of speech, and then in action are actively against it. So again, why support the dishonest people when you could put your money where your mouth is if your beliefs are real in any way, and donate to our Subscribe Star. You can check out the rest of this video on our Subscribe Star, linked below.